But I've got Washington still on opening weekend in a very high-profile spot. And I went back and forth with two potential opponents on Sunday Night Football, September 7th. The biggest game in terms of the biggest audience size is Sunday night more than Monday night. Now, the Thursday night game will be massive, the opener. But again, I think that they will save Washington Philly times two for other high-profile spots because they can get away with putting almost anybody against Philadelphia on opening night and getting a massive audience. But I do think that Washington and Jaden Daniels open up on Sunday Night Football. And because I'm leaning more of a road game because they had 4 home in a row before playing on the road last year, it was a choice between what would be an amazing Sunday night opener at Arrowhead against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs and a traditional staple high-profile game in the history of NFL schedule making, Washington and Dallas. I think Kansas City and Washington is a high-profile opportunity. I went with Dallas on the road Sunday Night Football for Washington's season opener. For one, Dallas has kind of, occupied that Sunday night NBC spot on opening weekend many times over the years. Not every year, but more times than any other team. Washington and Dallas have played on Sunday Night Football a bunch against each other. Jaden Daniels, Washington at Dallas, Sunday Night Football, September 7th. That is my mock Washington season opening game. It was a coin flip between that and Kansas City, but I think Kansas City is going to be desired by a lot of the networks. NBC for sure, and it doesn't mean that I won't have Washington at Kansas City in a Sunday night game later on in the season. But a Thursday night Washington, Kansas City, a Monday night, a Sunday afternoon 4:25 on CBS. I guarantee you CBS would love to have Washington and Kansas City as a high-profile, standalone doubleheader game at some point, maybe in November during ratings sweeps period. I went with Dallas, Washington at Dallas as my season opener on Sunday Night Football, September 7th. So that leads me to my other high-profile game. Now, I swear to you on my children that this was done yesterday before any leaks came out. And if I need proof of that, one of my very best friends in life will jump on and attest to it because I shared this with him yesterday in a conversation. Because he said, when do you do that dumb mock schedule bit that you do? And I said, actually, I just finished it. And he said, well, what were the big things? And I said, there was a big challenge for me between Madrid or Thanksgiving. To me, and we played the soundbite from Mike North last hour. Mike North from the NFL schedule making office suggested and implied that Washington, more likely than not, would not get Madrid and Thanksgiving. It would be an either-or situation. Does that mean it's etched in stone? No. But I'm going to go with it and say that he was giving us a clue that it was either going to be Thanksgiving against the Cowboys. And by the way, Thanksgiving could mean the Thanksgiving night game as well against somebody else. But it was either going to be Thanksgiving or it was going to be Madrid. And to me, it was a Madrid and Christmas Day versus no Madrid, no Christmas Day, but Thanksgiving Day. And I went with swearing on my children that this was out before any of the leaks, and we don't even know if the leaks are true. I had mocked Washington to Madrid to face the Miami Dolphins on November 16th in a game that would start at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. In part because I really want it to be true, because I would love to go to that game. That's a game that I think I'm going to try to find a way to go to if I'm able to. There's no guarantee I can, but Madrid is a great city. They've never hosted an NFL game. And for the first game in Madrid to put Washington and Jaden Daniels in that city, that was a game that I mocked. Swear to God on my kids that I had mocked this before some people on the internet leaked it last night. And again, I played the Mike North soundbite because he said everything that comes out right now is fake news. So it may not even be true. But I went with it. I might be right. I might be wrong. But I mocked Washington to Madrid to face Miami, which means, based on my belief, based on what Mike North said, another clue as to what I'll have on my mock, that they're not playing on Thanksgiving, but they'll end up playing on Christmas Day. So there you go. At Dallas, Sunday Night Football, September 7th, as the season opener, and November 16th in Madrid against the Miami Dolphins, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Those are the two games I'm giving out to you, but you've also learned that I'm not going to have them on Thanksgiving, but I am going to have them on Christmas Day in my mock schedule. I'm going to try to not pay attention to any of the leaks that come out. I promise you I will not alter my mock schedule to include any of the leaks because I don't know that the leaks are true. And Mike North said it's fake news. Nobody knows for sure until at least Monday when the commissioner comes in and puts his blessing on all of it. So there you go. Those are the two games. Now, something that we've done in the past, we'll do again. And I'm gonna focus on opening night and ask all of you, do you want Washington to open up on September 4th, Thursday night, kickoff game in Philadelphia against the defending champs when they raise a banner or whatever they do? Do you want that game or not?